look at this. A 23 plate scania today. Wow. Am I a lucky boy or what? Am I a lucky boy or what? You don't often get these. No. And scania is my favourite. I mean, I haven't had a scania for ages. I mean, I had one with S-Walkers for about 2 years. Beat the hell out of it, and it was a great old bus. Never let us down at all. No. But I mean, I've been doing Volvos recently, and there's nothing wrong with the Volvos. I mean, I am a sort of secret fan of the Volvos as well. Yeah, and I mean DAFs. I like the space of the DAFs. They're all good in their own way, you know. This one, wow, this one's fully loaded. There's buttons here. Buttons, 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 buttons. We've got buttons down there to press. We've got gears and buttons to press here. We've got steering wheel buttons. We've got buttons in the dash here. We've got buttons all along here. We've got a radio. We've got a sat nav. Wow! There's loads and loads of buttons to learn on this one. Yeah. Got my cigarette lighter there, great. Connections there. Wow. Wow. There's loads to what does this button do? What does that button do? That sort of a thing, yeah. I'm not really. I like to have all the buttons, but I very rarely use them. Same as my car. I want everything, but I very rarely use them all. Anyway, have you been watching Shedheads? Yeah. Rob from Weekend Shedhead and Mark from Small Workshop Adventures, they do a every Thursday 7 o'clock they do a live chat for an hour. Live chat about anything. Anyway, generally tools and whatever else comes up, whatever comes up in conversation. Anyway, part of the conversation was, look at this, what did we like, sweets did we like, sort of thing. And look at this, I thought I would just give you a little tour of my butty box. That space there is taken up by another pair of glasses. So I've got driving glasses and reading glasses because I'm an old fart now, yeah. That's why I've got the scania, because I'm an old fart. So 2 wagon wheels, yeah, that's mandatory. The Lion Bar is a bit of a bonus. We've got sandwiches. What we got today? Stinky cheese, Gorgonzola. You know that cheese they put copper wire through. Smelly cheese. So we've got two of those. I've generally got a packet of sweets on the go. The reason there's not a new one in there is because there's humbugs there. And there's some sweets down here. Wine gums. I've still got half a packet of wine gums to go through. And I have these jellies. They're really good because you peel them off and you can eat them out the tub. You don't need a spoon or nothing. You can just literally just suck them out of that. Suck them out of that. Bit of a jelly, bit of a moisture. And of course I have my bottle of orange wherever I go. Yeah. I used to have pop, but it's not good for you. So this is diluted. This is new water, fresh water and orange cordial, is it? Orange squash? Anyway, yeah. So that is a quick tour of my lunchbox. So I've usually got sandwiches with something in, ham, tuna, salmon, general ham with an egg in the middle, something with stuffing, all that usual sandwich sort of stuff, whatever Debbie buys. And then that must have 2 wagon wheels a day. I have 2 wagon wheels a day. I used to have 1 wagon wheel a day, and then if I started really early, if I was sort of a 3 or a 4 o'clock start, I was allowed 2 wagon wheels. But now we have 2 wagon wheels a day. That's my breakfast. That gets me going. The Lion Bar or something like that Debbie picks up. You get a packet of 6 or whatever in there. That's a bit of a bonus, that is. A bit of a treat, that is. Yeah, so generally, and of course, hand cleaner, before you eat your sandwiches. Yeah, so, yeah, that's the full tour of my butty box. It's done me quite well, this. It knocks everywhere I go, this goes. Right. Let's have a quick tour of the buttons. We've got, obviously you've got your seat buttons here. You've got your buttons all along here. Your suspension, you know, forwards, backwards, tilt. We've got our suspension buttons here. I can lift the back of the truck up and down. Thank God for air suspension. Who remembers springs? Who remembers trying to stuff your... Somebody dropped the trailer a bit low and you had springs, you had to try and jam yourself underneath the trailers. Wow, yeah. And handbrake cables. Who remembers the ratchet and handbrake? Air, everything is fantastic here. So lock and open the door. I can do the passenger door, windows, mirrors, electric mirrors, fully electrical mirrors. So I can adjust them as much and as many as I want. In there, up, down, left, right. That tells you what mirrors you've got. Even your front mirrors. You've got your heated. I'll turn that down a bit. We've got the heated. This weather, who remembers tying a rag on and the rag flapping used to clean your mirrors? Yeah, mirrors is a problem in this weather, in this horrible weather. In the dark, can't see a damn thing. They're the light. Now, usually you turn a switch, don't you? Turn a switch to put the lights on. This one is a bit different. You press a button to put the lights on. These are your fogs. These are your working lights, you know, your headlamps up above, your spotlights. What we got here, another part of the suspension here. We can raise it up and down. We can self-level it. Here we've got our dash. Hold on. It's nice to have a key back again, isn't it? This is scania. That was in the other scanias as well, this gear change. Anyway, so we've got our menu for our screen to read what our tacho's saying. Here's the radio here. This is the cruise control. You can increase it. This is the radar. This is the radar cruise control. Your distance. That's a good thing. What we got here are your interior and exterior lights there. Oh, bleeper. You know, if you're working at night after 10 o'clock, you know, we've got very loud bleepers, haven't we? Reversing bleepers, which is a good thing. But you know, if you're working near houses or something, 10 o'clock, you switch your bleeper off, or you've got the ability to switch your bleeper off. So what have we got? Diff locks, yeah. Lane assist, hill hold, putting your diffs in. I'm not sure what that is. Lights, dimness, brightness, all that sort of a thing. That's your main cab light. Up here we'll have air conditioning. Where do you want it? You know, the old days used to open and close the vents and turn them up and down. No such thing now. You press a button and you set your fan by these ones, an automatic. And then we've got the radio and a sat nav and all that in there, really. And that I like these handbrakes because you can see that it is on. You know, that's off, that's on. So when you're doing something and you just want to, many a time, if I get distracted or I want to just double check, I'll open the door and I'll look up at the handbrake. Physically look at the handbrake. You know, when you're collecting a trailer, you're messing with it or whatever. It's always double check. And the Volvos are okay, but you've got epoxy little lights that you've got to watch for, and you physically can't see it whether it's on or off. Only watch the light. Whereas these, that you know it's off, that you know it's on. So they're much easier to double check to make sure your handbrake's on. Because how many of us have connected up the connected onto a trailer with the brakes on, fine. You've checked it, it's okay, and you've forgotten to put your handbrake on the unit. You release the brakes off the trailer and the thing begins to move forward. Yeah, it happens all the time. All the time. It's one of the things that you must never let happen to you, because in the panic of seeing it moving forwards, sometimes you stood on the back and you connect the leads, and the scariest thing is when you're stood on the back connecting your trailer up and the truck next door moves and you think you're rolling and it's panic, disconnect the leads as quick as possible. The truck will run you over in the panic of trying to get in the cab, in the panic of trying to somehow stand in front of it and stop it, and you've got no chance. In that moment, a lot of drivers have got themselves run over by their own truck because they forgot to put the handbrake on. I'm really quite keen on always double checking the handbrake always. What else can I tell you? Oh, Digi's up there, yeah. Tachograph's up there, the spy in the cab is up there. Yeah, really good. And in case you're thinking, Reggie, what, get your ass down the road and drive the damn thing then? Well, we're waiting for an inspector. We can't begin to load until the inspector, that's just telling me there's something down there. We're within a scrapyard, it'll bleep all the time. I'm close to something down there, look. We're waiting for an inspector to turn up before they load it. So the man has to inspect it, inspect the load as it goes in. Obviously, it's got to meet a certain standard, and then he will close it and he will seal it. He's here, the inspector man. Sometimes he's working for the tax people. Sometimes for the customs people, and sometimes he's working actually for the customer that's going to receive the goods. Most of the time it's the people here that inspect them. They're inspecting the goods on behalf of the people that are receiving it, making sure it's getting loaded okay here to be sent off, so it doesn't get rejected the other end. But I mean, sometimes it's the revenue man, or the customs man will come along. Occasionally he'll turn up in a place and there'll be a customs man, and he will physically watch the container getting loaded, and he will put his custom seal on it, and off it goes, you know, just now and again, not very often. Yeah, look, this is there's your mid lift, there's your axle up, axle down, mid lift. I'm empty, so I lift my middle axle up out the way. Yeah, or you can transfer the weight if you're getting a bit stuck. You can move the weight to the back. Yeah, so it's all good. And this one is your hill control, hill descent control. I'm not sure, I haven't played with this one. Usually it's about 3 or 4 miles you can control it. You can control it yourself on the cruise, and if you want to hold it back going down a hill. This is your exhaust brake. Yeah, again, that's all to do with if you're to hold it back, save wearing out the brakes, wear and tear. You can hold it back on the engine, exhaust brake. Like the old was it Jake brake? What did they used to call it? What did they used to call it? Similar thing, exhaust brake. So if you're loaded and you're going down a hill, you get the engine. It's safer to have the engine hold you back and then come on the brakes, because even now on these new ones you can boil your brakes up pretty quick on them. Yeah, and you don't want to find yourself at the bottom of a long steep hill and you're at the bottom and you've got no brakes left. It still happens today, that does. Bloody scrapyards. Oh, I hate them. They never give you enough space to do anything. Anyway, I've got to turn round, which is basically a little bit of a crossroads thing. So let's just see how we get on. Pallets on the floor. I've got a brand new 23 plate, and look, there's shit on the floor I'm trying to avoid. Oh. Anyway, that's why we get paid, to do our job. Hold on, change gears. Yeah, be a truck driver, they said. Yeah, see the country, they said. Right, put it back into reverse now then. Neutral, reverse, thank you. Let's try and miss that pallet this side. Oh, see what we see. I'm not concentrating on what the camera can see. I'm just concentrating on what I've got to do. So you're going to see what you're going to see. This is what we're trying to miss. This bloody pallet on the floor here. Look, once we've passed it, we're all right. Get our nose past it. Doing okay. We're doing okay. Yeah, we're doing okay. What we're going to do is we're going to have another bite at that. I'm going to go over here in this corner. I'm not sure. I think I'm going to follow that around, you know. Yeah. I wasn't planning on doing it that way, but I think this is going to work out all right this way. Let's just see what we can do. Hold on. Actually, I'm going to blindside it round here. I think we're going to be all right doing that. Can't see a damn thing. We should be all right. It's a case of feeling your way and listening to whatever you come up against. Hold on. Well, I was going to back up there and drive in where I am now and then back into there because I could see that side, but as it turns out, it's not going to be too bad. One of them things where it looks worse than it is. Yeah, right. We're on our way out now. Let's get the hell out of here. Let's get out of here and let's get on this bridge and let's get the hell out of here. Where's he going? Yeah. Yeah. Let's get on that bridge and let's get out. Here we are, look, Lance. I'm in the scrapyard. And look, that's how they protect them. Put the wall full of containers. The rear wall full of 20-foot containers or whatever containers you can lay your hand on. Protect yourself from that railway line. That's the way to do it. Fences and everything else they get through. They won't get through the wall of containers, will they? So that boundary is, and if they come up over the top, they're not going to carry much up and over the top of these containers, and the cameras can see you well in it. So that's what that yard needs in the back, between the railway and the back of the yard. A wall of containers, old scrap ones, you know. This one is going to look. SG, where did I see it? SG, where is SG? It's coming from the UK and it's going to SG, international something, International Plaza, there, whatever the hell that is. So here's something interesting. Obviously, it's up here in Birmingham now, so it's got to catch a train. The train will take you down to the docks. The docks will it'll go to Felixstowe by train. Date of departure. So it's going to leave on the 21st, and it's going to end up in... Where the hell is that? Liam Chambang. It's going to go into Liam Bang Chang, right? and it's supposed to arrive there by the 18th. On the boat, so I reckon the ship is going to be the MSC, which is a Maersk. It's the 10th of the 10th. No, it's the 13th of the 10th. No. Yeah, Friday the 13th today. But, interesting how long it's going to take to get there. If we only knew where it was going. Lam Chang Bang. Where the hell is Liam Chabangang?